Hello, and thank you for joining me. My name is Arcadian, and today I'm going to try to do something that I haven't done before. Um, as you can see here, I've got loaded up the Elder Scrolls Skyrim Anniversary Edition. Skyrim was the first introduction, I think, for me when it came to the Elder Scrolls series. Um, I started playing this game back in November of 2011 when it first came out. It was I pre-ordered it, played it on my Xbox 360, and I just fell in love. I mean, this is just the absolutely just most amazing game I've ever played. Uh, I mean, I started out with a stealth archer character. Um, that's what I played when I started the very first time that I played through the game. And since then, I've put well over 5,000 hours across all 5 devices that I've owned this game on, across all 4 editions of the game: the original Skyrim, Skyrim Legendary, Skyrim SE, and now Anniversary Edition. I mean, that's across hundreds and hundreds of characters and builds. So today I wanted to do something that I've not done before, and that is I'm going to play Skyrim Anniversary Edition on Survival.
Finally awake.
And I'm going to play this on Legendary difficulty.
Right? Walked right into that Imperial ambush.
So we're going to do this
Us.
as a Let's Play.
And
I'm going to
that
try to
thief over
role
there.
play as best that I can. And as we go through, I'm going to actually continue this out, and I'm going to let them talk here. And I'm going to try not to interrupt them while they're talking for the most part.
You there, you and me, we shouldn't be here. It's these Stormcloaks the Empire wants.
We're all brothers and sisters in binds now.
Shut up back there.
What's wrong with him, huh?
Watch your tongue. You're speaking to Ulfric Stormcloak, the true High King.
Ulfric, the Jarl of Windhelm? You're the leader of the rebellion. But if they've captured you... Oh gods, where are they taking us?
I don't know where we're going, but Sovngarde awaits.
No, this can't be happening. This isn't happening.
Hey, what village are you from, horse thief?
Why do you care?
A Nord's last thoughts should be of home.
Rorikstead. I'm from Rorikstead.
General Tullius, sir. The headsman is waiting.
Good. Let's get this over with.
Sure. Mara, Debella, Kinnarev, Akatosh, Divines, please help me.
Look at him. General Tullius, the military governor. And it looks like the Dalmor are with him. Damn elves. I bet they had something to do with this. This is Helgen. I used to be sweet on a girl from here. Wonder if Vilod is still making that mead with juniper berries mixed in. Funny, when I was a boy, imperial walls and towers used to make me feel so safe.
Who are they, Daddy? Where are they going?
To go inside.
Why? I want to watch the soldiers.
Inside the house. Now.
Yes, Papa.
Get these prisoners out of the carts! Move it!
Why are we stopping?
Why do you think? End of the line. Let's go. Shouldn't keep the gods waiting for us.
No, wait! We're not rebels!
Face your death with some courage, thief.
You've got to tell them! We weren't with you! This is a mistake!
Step towards the block when we call your name. One at a time!
Empire loves their damn lists.
Ulfric Stormcloak, Jarl of Windhelm.
It has been an honor, Jarl Ulfric.
Ralof of Riverwood. Lokir of Rorikstead.
No! I'm not a rebel! You can't do this!
Halt!
You're not gonna kill me!
Archers! Anyone else feel like running?
Wait. You there. Step forward. Who are you?
Alright, so I've actually already come up with an idea for this build. Like I said, I'm going to play on survival mode, so this is going to be a survivalist build. And we're actually going to play as an orc. I've got a backstory and everything set up and ready for it, so as we go through and we're creating the character, we'll go ahead and go through that backstory. So his name is Azog, which some of you may recognize from Middle-earth, from Lord of the Rings. Azog was one of the orc chieftains during the time of the Hobbit. So, his name is Azog. He is the youngest son, or the second son, of an orc chieftain over near Cyrodiil. And he was actually sent away. He was banished from his tribe when his older brother took over the tribe from his father. His older brother was afraid that he would come and challenge him for his throne, and he was also afraid that he would not be able to win that challenge. So he decided to banish Azog from the orc stronghold. In so doing, Azog decided to leave the stronghold and not challenge and fight his older brother, and decided to go out into the world and survive on his own. He's always been a strong fighter. He's always been a survivalist in the sense of the word. So he decided to go and take his chances out in the wild, and that way he wouldn't be a bother for anybody. So that's kind of the backstory of the build. He obviously decides to move up into Skyrim, hearing about the Civil War up there, and thinking that he will be able to go through and just kind of live on his own without having to worry about much of anything else, and not have to worry about anybody else but himself. So that's his plan. That's what we're going to be doing here. And let's get... Do I want that? Do I want the full beard? I think I want this. Yeah. I think that's it right there.
You from one of the strongholds, Orc. How did you end up here? Captain, what should we do? He's not on the list.
Forget the list. He goes to the block.
By your orders, Captain. I'm sorry. We'll make sure your men's return to Osenium. Follow the captain, prisoner.
So just to show you, go over here to settings, gameplay. I am going to be playing on legendary difficulty. Obviously, survival mode has not been activated yet, but I will be switching over to survival mode. And like I said before, I'm going to try to role play this as much as I possibly can. So what that means is while characters are talking, I'm going to try to stay and remain quiet, not give any extra dialogue. And then I will read out my dialogue and my dialogue choices, or I should say the choice that I make for my dialogue, and then just kind of play through and we'll just have fun with it. Like I said, I am playing with survival mode. I do not have any extra mods loaded into this game, or activated in this game. I do have 2 mods that will show up for another playthrough that I'm doing for Black Mage Armor and Ice Penguins World Map Classic. But those are not activated for this game, so they will not be. This is a non-modded playthrough. It's a fully vanilla legendary survival playthrough. like I said with this character, he's going to be a survivalist, which means he's going to use kind of a little bit of everything to do what he needs to do. I do think I'm probably going to go werewolf, because I kind of like that idea.
Stormcloak. Some here in Helgen call you a hero, but a hero doesn't use a power like the voice to murder his king and usurp his throne. You started this war, plunged Skyrim into chaos. And now the Empire is going to put you down and restore the peace.
What was that?
It's nothing. Carry on.
Yes, General Tullius. Give them their last rites.
As we commend your souls to Aetherius, blessings of the 8 divines upon
For the love of Talos, shut up and let's get this over with.
Learn. As you wish.
Come on! I haven't got all morning. My ancestors are smiling at me, Imperials. Can you say the same?
I have to say, I've seen this scene here more times than I can count, and still, just the thought of being, like, beheaded, it just gives me the heebie-jeebies.
Death to the Stormcloaks!
As fearless in death as he was in life.
Next, the Orc!
Here it is again. Did you hear that?
I said, next prisoner!
To the block, prisoner. Nice and easy.
This is bullcrap. I didn't do anything. Just crossing over.
What in oblivion is that?
Sentries, what do you see?
It's in the clouds.
I always chuckle about how he just dies for nothing. Like, nothing hits him, he's just laying there, just dies.
What is that thing? Could the legends be true?
Legends don't burn down villages.
We need to move, now! Up through the tower. Let's go! This way, friend. Move! Just need to move some of these people. They're going.
Ouch. That sucks.
See the inn on the other side. Jump through the roof and get going. Go! We'll follow when we can. Hammond, you need to get over here. Now! Adam, you were great. Kuro! Still alive, prisoner? Keep close to me if you want to stay that way.
thanks to you.
Gunnar, take care of the boy. I have to find General Tullius and join the defense.
God's guide you, Hadar.
Stay close to the wall!
You won't die, it just keeps coming.
Quickly, follow me!
Give me a hand.
It's you and me, prisoner! Stay close! Trailer! You damn traitor! Out of my way!
We're escaping, Hadar. You're not stopping us this time.
Fine! I hope that dragon takes you all to Sovereign Guard!
You, come on! Into the
So normally I would go with Raylaw, for strictly just because I can get more light armor, more stuff to sell. However, since I'm playing survival mode, carry weight is going to be a major issue. So going with him strictly for that purpose doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. However, roleplay-wise, Hadvar did just try to cut off my head, so I feel like I'd feel more comfortable going with the Stormcloaks, which really would have a chance for me to get out and just be free and be left alone. Whereas if I would go with Hadvar, I'd be afraid that I would end up being taken as a prisoner again.
That thing was a dragon, no doubt. Just like the children's stories and the legends. The harbingers of the end times. We better get moving. Come here. Let me see if I can get those bindings off. There you go. You may as well take Gunjar's gear. He won't be needing it anymore. All right. Get that armor on, and give that axe a few swings. I'm going to see if I can find some way out of here. Ah, this one's... Oh, let's see about that gate.
So a quick explanation of how we're going to play this character. So Azog is an orc. And the main reason why I went with orc is because of one main thing, the Berserker Rage ability. So you take, during the Berserker Rage, you take half damage and do double damage for 60 seconds. Since we're playing on legendary difficulty, our damage is actually going to be subtracted by ×4, while all NPCs and everything against us will do 4 times more damage to us. So survivability is going to be a big thing, especially here in the lower levels. I mean, we're going to be one hit by just about everything out there. As for skills and perks wise, I'm going to go towards a one-handed tree, and I'm actually probably going to dual wield one-handed and focus a lot on axes. That's going to be kind of my primary weapon of choice. We will add some archery because I'm a survivalist. I'm a hunter. I'm gonna do some hunting and be able to try to support myself with hunting and fishing. I'm going to use light armor because like I said before, carry weight is going to be a big issue pretty much all the way throughout the game. And also, fur armors provide a very high warmth rating, which is something that I gotta kind of think about. So light armor is going to be kind of key. I may eventually, I still haven't quite decided. So this playthrough, I don't want to do, I don't want glitches, I don't want exploits, I don't want some of the other things that are out there that like hidden chests and stuff like that. However, there is one thing that I am going to probably do is I want the Savior Hide, but I also want the Ring of Hearsing. So there is a way, and I'm not sure if it's really considered a glitch, but you should not technically be able to get both. Because to get the Savior Hide, you have to kill the werewolf, and to get the Ring of Hearsing, you have to kill all the hunters. Turn against basically Hearsing's hunters and kill them instead, and leave Sindling alive. However, if you kill all the hunters first, go out, talk to the stag form of Hearsing, and then go back in and kill Sindling, and then go back, he will give you not only the Ring of Hearsing, but also the Savior Hide. So is it a glitch? Is it an exploit? Yeah, probably, but it's the only one that I'm going to allow because I do want both of those items. Because I'm going to probably wear Savior's Hide, and then late game I'm going to wear the Forsworn gauntlets, boots, and headdress. Until then, I'm probably going to go get the stuff from the old gods because it's already pre-enchanted. The enchantments aren't perfect, but they'll work for what I need them to do. So light armor is going to be my focus, is going to be what I wear. I will be doing some sneak attacks, but it's not a stealth archer build. So therefore, I will probably put some points into sneak, just because I need to be able to, as a hunter, I need to be proficient in that. But it's not going to be like a stealth archer build or focus like that. Alchemy, absolutely. Survival mode, alchemy is pretty much a must. So I will be doing a alchemy ingredient run, but I'm going to try to focus on potions and stuff like that that are beneficial to me, and not just pick everything up and alchemize it all. Illusion, we're not going to do any kind of focus on that. Conjuration, no. Destruction, no. Restoration, yes. Because with legendary difficulty as well as survival mode, your health regeneration is 0. So restoration will help us to kind of get through that, because potions are, even though you can stock up on a lot of potions, they're still fairly rare. So magicka is always going to be available to us. And then the other side is alteration, and this is actually kind of neat because this is something that I kind of want to. I am going to supplement my armor class, my light armor with armor class with alteration spells. And then I'm also going to grab all 3 perks into the mage armor side, because when I switch into werewolf form, I unequipped all my armor and I'm considered unarmored. So if I cast an alteration, a flesh spell, before turning into a werewolf, then I will get the benefits of the mage armor. So I will get the double armor bonus, which is nice. With level, or by the time that you reach like level 50 as a werewolf, you will have and with the flesh spell, you will reach armor max, the armor maximum with those, the hard cap. Enchanting, absolutely. Eventually I want to enchant my own armor and my weapons, so I will definitely go up this middle tree and get all these perks right here, which are going to be beneficial for me. Smithing, even though I will not be creating my own armor, I will still want to upgrade my own armor, and also I will probably be creating my own weapons, for the most part. So I'll start out, obviously I'll take what I can get and what I can find, but eventually I want to dual wield dragonbone axes. So therefore I'm going to go ahead and take smithing all the way up through. Other than that, that's pretty much it. One-handed, archery, like very lightly into archery, light armor. I mean, that's our build. That's what we're going to focus on. And then, like I said, I'm a survivalist. So I'm not going to spend a whole lot of time inside cities. Azog feels kind of uncomfortable, surrounded by a bunch of people. I will be doing the companion's quest line to become a werewolf. And the completion of this build is going to be once I have defeated Alduin, I have defeated Mirak, and I have defeated Harkon. So once I have completed all 3 of those, then this build is complete. Now, obviously, I will be doing side quests and everything else. He's an explorer. He's going to go everywhere. He wants to explore all of Skyrim and survive. And so, therefore, I will be doing a lot of side quests and stuff like that. But those are the necessary requirements to say this build is complete. So we'll continue this out.
Damn. Nope.
We'll go ahead and grab. We want to favorite that, as well as favorite that, and we'll favorite that.
Come on, soldiers! Keep moving!
Take cover!
Get this gate open.
We'll let Rayloff take the aggro.
Freedom or storm,
Rayloff, please. when you do this, you want to kind of focus on the one that Raylof's attacking, so that you don't miss XP from one-handed. If you can basically go through all of this with one-handed and healing XP level 3 by the time you get it.
Victory is yours. I submit.
We'll grab the key from her.
Maybe one of these would be...
As for my deal on items that I pick up, so I go by a 1 to 10 ratio. So if the weight is 1 and the value is 10, or multiplications of thereof, then I will take that item. But if they don't reach that, then I'm not going to take that. The only exception to that rule is going to be food. Because we're playing on survival difficulty, I'm going to take all the food we can get. I will take probably one pair of boots, because I'm going to wear the Imperial light armor for now. Eventually, we will be trading that out for fur.
That's it. Come on, let's get out of here before the dragon breaks the whole tower down on our heads.
I've never had both of those bags be empty before.
Doesn't give up easy.
Grab everything important and let's move. Dragon's burning everything to the ground.
I just need to gather some more potions.
I'll water the ground with your blood. You won't leave Helgen alive.
Focus on me, aren't
I've been wounded worse like that.
I did leave the frost mirum there. I'll probably go back and get it now that I think about it. Like I said, I don't want to make a whole bunch of useless potions and stuff like that, so I mean, the ingredients that I probably won't use, I'll probably just end up storing.
Done? Let's get moving.
I may find a use for them later.
Troll's blood. It's a torture room.
Hear that?
seen him since the dragon showed up.
We'll go ahead and grab the mace. Oh no, crap.
Looks like there's something in this cage.
We'll go ahead and grab it for now. It won't be a long-term weapon.
See if you can get it open with some picks.
About to say, let's
Might need
not
that
break
door
that
once
pick and
we-
embarrass myself.
Out. Grab anything useful and let's go.
Lock picking level up here on this next one. Don't know why I keep hitting it. I keep trying to hit my mouse button to pick up. There we go. All 5 of them. And break a single pick. Just so you know, skills-wise, or not skills, sorry, I don't know what to call these. Magicka, health, stamina. We're gonna go a 1, 1, and 1 until we have 150 in Magicka, and then we're gonna go actually, we'll probably just do the first 5 perks into Magicka, and then after that, we're gonna do a 3 to 2 Magicka to stamina. And the reason why we're going to do the first 5 perks into Magicka is because Alteration, the flesh spells, tend to cost a lot of Magicka. And eventually we're going to have enchantments on our gear that will give us more Magicka. But until then, we're going to need the extra... We're going to need the extra Magicka so that we can dual cast Alteration spells and stuff like that. Specifically oak flesh to begin with, which will give us a plus 40
Orders
to
are
our...
to wait until General Tullius arrives. I'm not waiting to be killed by a dragon. We need to fall back. Just give the general some time. Best you can do. Something worse than training. No. There's no escape.
Should have 7. So if I've got everything, it should have 7. Yeah, we're good. Okay, drop that, because those don't sell for anything. Drop that because it's too heavy. Drop that. Eventually we'll drop the maze, but I don't need to worry about it right now. Longbow and iron arrow. Next one, healing. Let's go ahead.
Let's see where this goes.
It's looking good already. So I'll try to exhaust everybody's dialogue when I meet, like when I'm working with the characters and stuff like that. Obviously rail off right now, but once we get out of the cave, then we'll go ahead and exhaust his dialogue. Oop, I almost forgot. Whole reason why we wanted this. I am a hunter, so I will do sneak attacks. I just won't make it a focus of the build. Oh, poison. I have to switch to my healing right away because. Someone's trying to message me on Discord. Rayloff, take the aggro of these things. Oh, not me, not me. You're gonna focus me, aren't you? No, 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 no. I do want to grab these venoms because we will use poisons and such.
The eyes, no?
Basically, we'll use whatever's necessary to survive. Get full of them. I got both of them. I got his. I got his. Is there one I missed? Yes. This one. Here, we'll get these last three.
Hold up! There's a bear just ahead. See her? I'd rather not tangle with her.
Let's level up.
Let's try to sneak.
Surprise. Go ahead. I'll follow your lead and watch your back. Almost there.
Okay.
That was close.
Now we'll grab her attention and draw her in. I want... Okay, so the goal here is to not contract bear break fever. And if you don't know, in Skyrim, that tutorial bear is like weaker than your average bear. So yes, I would have died on legendary difficulty to a regular bear. He would have just chomped on me like no tomorrow. But since that one's a tutorial bear, he's weaker, does less damage, and takes more damage from us.
That looks like the way out.
I can see in the comments now, there's no way you're on Legendary just because that bear would destroy you in Legendary. Well, just to show you, yes, I am on Legendary. Oh, let's not do those. Wish there was a way. Yeah. Wish there was a way to disable the console command.
Wait!
So it just doesn't even show up.
There he goes. Looks like he's going for good this time.
Like I said, I'm going to grab certain ingredients. Typically, like, I will make some, like, potions for selling, but typically it's going to be mainly just useful, like, potions that are useful. One thing you definitely don't want to do on legendary difficulty is to hyper level your character, because everything scales with you in the game. So if you hyper level your character, then you won't be able to fight anything because everything will be so much stronger. I am above carry weight. That's downside of survival. I meant to read that. Basically what survival mode says is that you have to be cautious of your hunger, your tiredness, and your warmth and coldness. So each of those will deal or will affect certain things. So as you get hungry, your stamina bar will drain. As you get tired, your magicka bar will drain. And then as you get cold, your health bar will drain. Also, it will make certain things more difficult. So when you're hungry, you're not going to swing your weapon as fast. When you're tired, your magicka regeneration is slower. And then when you're cold, obviously your health regeneration is already gone, but it also affects other things as well. So periodically, you'll have to remember to sleep. You'll have to remember to we can go ahead and drop the mace, and then that longbow, the second longbow we can drop. So you'll have to remember just to keep an eye on all of that, because that all will play effect into how your character is doing. I'm going to come up here, attempt to do this quickly. There is a shrine up here, a shrine of Talos. Now, another thing that is affected by survival mode is that you cannot activate shrines unless you have money to leave as kind of like a tribute to the god of that shrine. So it's 100 gold per tribute, or for the tribute. But the main reason we're coming up here is to get this, the Hooded Thalmor robes, and then it's one piece of leveled enchanted gear. My last playthrough, it was alchemy gear, which was like perfect, but obviously the illusion gear is not as useful for us. Eventually I will go up and we will deal with those bandits right there, but before I do that, I want to enlist the help of probably Feindal. Oh, there goes my hunger. So that I'm not trying to take them all three on alone on legendary difficulty, which can be very difficult. Go here, grab the warrior standing stone. Because even though I will be doing magic, magic is not a focus of the build. are not a huge focus of the game, I should say. Alteration and restoration are definitely focuses, just not major focuses. We're gonna come up here. We're gonna see Anis's cabin. I don't know. I know you can break in and get the enchanting, get an enchanter close to Riverwood. I'm not sure we're gonna do that, just because morally wise, this character is, he is morally a good character. Like he obviously likes to fight and likes to show dominance and stuff like that, but he's not going to needlessly attack somebody unless there's a reason to. And as far as we know, Anis is just a kindly old woman who's staying in the woods. I'm not worried about hunting as of right yet. Eventually that will be something that I do. But as of right now, it's just kind of getting to know everybody and getting to a point where I'm at, following the proper dialogues. Oh, speaking.
You know, you should go to Windhelm and join the fight to free Skyrim. Seriously? You don't know? That was Ulfric's storm?
Here's a fatigue that I was talking to you about. Fatigue is when you're tired. You are tired, which reduces your total available magicka, represented by a dark region in the magic bar. Fatigue also decreases how quickly you recover from your magicka and stamina, and the effectiveness of potions. So sleep in a bed to reduce your fatigue. Sleeping indoors allows for more restful sleep than sleeping outdoors.
Oak himself. Oh, right. They said you were captured crossing the border. Still, I'm surprised you haven't heard of him. He's our leader. The leader of the Stormcloaks.
Who are the Stormcloaks?
Surely, even down in Cyrodiil, people have heard news of the war in Skyrim. The Nords are tired of spending our blood fighting the Empire's wars, and paying for the Empire's decadence with their taxes. Ulfric is our rightful High King. He's leading the fight to drive the Empire out of Skyrim, once and for all.
How did you end up as Imperial prisoners?
I was assigned to Ulfric's guard. We were on our way to Darkwater Crossing, south of Eastmarch. The Imperials were waiting for us. As pretty an ambush as I ever saw. We were outnumbered 5 to 1 at least. Ulfric ordered us to stop fighting. Didn't want us all to die for nothing, I guess. I thought they were taking us south to Cyrodiil. Parade us in front of the Emperor. But then, we stopped in Helgen. And you know the rest.
Yes, I do know. Was that dragon on your side?
Surely, even down in...
I clicked the wrong one.
Ulfric is our rightful High King. I was assigned the
Sorry, making you sit through that.
I thought they were taking us south to Cyrodiil. Parade.
What?
Damn right.
Okay.
You don't
you
have
really
to be a
think
Nord
I should join
to fight
up with
for
the
Skyrim's freedom. You should come to Windhelm with me and join the fight to free Skyrim. You've seen the true face of the Empire here today.
Yes, I have.
If anyone will know what the coming of the dragon means, it's Ulfric.
You think Ulfric knows where that dragon came from?
Well, maybe not. Dragons haven't been seen in Skyrim for an age or more. But wherever that dragon came from, and whatever it wants, Ulfric will get to the bottom of it. You can count on that. Besides, you have your own score to settle with the Empire now. And with that dragon.
You make a good case. Maybe I'll go to Windhelm.
I hope so. Skyrim needs people like you to fight for her freedom. Come on. You better get moving.
So I feel like my character being, like, given his backstory would probably feel more sympathy towards the Stormcloaks. I'm gonna take that. Jesus, I didn't realize how heavy it was. Yep, 10 pounds. Wow. Okay. Do I have enough? Feel better now or satisfied? I don't think that was enough though.
For you to be here, we heard that Ulfric had been captured.
Move so slowly. I guess I can drop the iron helmet.
No.
Are you hurt? What's happened? And this? One of your comrades?
Not the comrade. Friend. I owe him my life. Guess there's somewhere we can talk. Tell him when the news from Helgen. Just Imperials.
Helgen? Has something happened? You're right. Follow me. Hold. Come a minute. I need your help with something.
I'll come back and get that.
What is it, Lord? Sven drunk on the job again?
Pod, just come here.
Did I see you talking to Sven? Maybe not.
I'll talk to you later.
Maybe. Never mind. But I would stay away from him if I were you.
I'll grab these fly amanita. I don't really need thistle.
Uncle Raylo, can I see your axe? How many Imperials have you killed? Do you really know Ulfric's Stormcloak?
Well, yeah, like I said, he's going to be more sympathetic, I think, towards towards the Stormcloaks, just because of him being banished from his own tribe, for the simple sin of being the second son of the chief. He's going to feel very sympathetic about the fact that someone else is coming into the Nord's homeland and trying to take control of it.
What's going on? You two look pretty well done in. I can't remember when I last slept. Where to start? Well, the news you heard about Ulfric was true. The Imperials ambushed us outside Darkwater Crossing. Like they knew exactly where we'd be. That was 2 days ago now. We stopped in Helgen this morning, and I thought it was all over. Had us lined up to the headsman's block and ready to start chopping.
The cowards.
They wouldn't dare give Ulfric a fair trial. Treason for fighting for your own people. All of Skyrim would have seen the truth then. But then, out of nowhere, a dragon attacked.
You don't mean a real, live...
I can hardly believe it myself. And I was there. As strange as it sounds, we'd be dead if not for that dragon. In the confusion, we managed to slip away. Are we really the first to make it to Riverwood?
Nobody else has come up the South Road today, as far as I know.
Good. Maybe we can lay up for a while. I hate to put your family in danger, Gerda, but...
Nonsense. You and your friend are welcome to stay here as long as you need to. Let me worry about the Imperials. Any friend of Raylov's is a friend of mine. Here's the key to the house. Stay as long as you like. If there is anything else you need, just let me know. There is something the Jarl needs to know if there's a dragon on the loose. Riverwood. We need to get word to Jarl Balgruuf in Whiterun to send whatever troops he can. If you'll do that for me, I'll be in your debt.
Thanks, sister.
I'm glad to help any way I can.
How do I get to Whiterun?
Cross the river and then head north. You'll see Whiterun on its hill as you pass the falls.
What can you tell me about the Jarl?
Cross the river and then head north. Jarl Balgruf? I don't mean to be disrespectful, as he's ruled Whiterun Hold well for years, but he seems in over his head now. He's been trying to stay out of the war, but it can't last. He's going to have to pick a side. I'm afraid he's going to make the wrong choice. I wouldn't say that.
To the Empire?
But he and Ulfric have been at odds for years, and I'm afraid Balgruf will end up siding with the Empire because of it. But it's hard to believe that even Balgruf would choose Elisif over Ulfric.
You support the Stormcloaks then?
Of course. Ulfric's cause is just. It's time for Skyrim to rid itself of the Empire. The Empire may have been good for Skyrim once upon a time, but those days are long past. Banning the worship of Talos was the last straw. Thalmor everywhere, dragging people off for honoring our own gods. I'm glad Ralof is helping drive them out of here. If I was a bit younger, I might have joined the fight myself.
Who is Elisif?
I suppose she's Jarl Elisif now. She married High King Turug just before Ulfric killed him. The Empire supports her claim to be High Queen. I don't really have anything against her. Not her fault that her husband Turug was bought and paid for by the Empire. But she's nothing but a puppet for the Empire now, with her husband Turug dead. Ulfric will make sure she never takes the throne as High Queen.
Ulfric killed the High King?
Some say murdered, but it was a lawful challenge in the old way. Ulfric called him out as a traitor to Skyrim and killed him in single combat. If Turug couldn't defend his throne, he had no business being High King.
So there is no High King now?
No, not until the Moot meets to choose another, and it won't meet until one side or the other wins the war. Don't worry though, Ulfric is our rightful High King. He'll drive out the Empire, and Skyrim will have peace at last.
Is there somewhere where I can buy fresh supplies?
And by supplies, I suppose you mean weapons and armor? Alvor can help you out. He's our blacksmith.
What can you tell me about Riverwood?
It's my mill. Some folks thinks it's my town too, but it ain't. The Jarl in Whiterun owns the land and the town. I just pay the taxes. I ought to get back to work before I miss.
So like I said,
Did anyone else escape?
Well, first of all, I'm gonna use the excuse that if Jarl Wolgriff is at least sympathetic to the Imperials, then it's probably not wise for me to go and make a visit right away. Maybe I can go and gain a little favor before I decide to take the chance and get taken away by the Imperials. However, what I am going to do is I'm going to come over here and sell some stuff. So I'm not super excited to chance being
Ain't every
imprisoned
day we
again.
get visitors in Riverwood. The finest weapons and armor.
So we'll go ahead and sell off some of this stuff. We'll keep all that. We'll keep that to disenchant it. Sell off those, sell off those. We'll sell off all but one of those. Sell off those. We'll keep those for now. Keep those. Now, one thing I am going to look at him. Yes, he does. I want the corundium ingot. Just one.
Good day.
What? What is it now, Mother?
Come over here.
Well, one of us has to do something.
I said no.
Maybe
No advance.
I don't know what you overheard, but trinkets, odds and ends, that sort of thing.
Sell any extra stuff. Like the silver garnet ring. We'll sell the potion of health. All the wine. We'll keep the Blackbriar meadery because that actually will help. Keep one honey brew mead. We'll sell the Nord mead. Sell the wine. Keep the ingredients. Sell sparks. Sell that. Sell the flawless emerald. And And then we're going to pick up 2 books, mainly Oak Flesh and Fury.
I better get back to cleaning.
Oak Flesh, so we can start leveling up our alteration. And Fury is actually one of, as far as magic goes, is one of the best spells to have early on. Because if you get attacked, like for example, the hired thugs, a group of 3 hired thugs will come at you, all wearing steel armor, and at least one of them is wielding a 2-handed weapon. So I mean, that's a very dangerous situation for a low-level character to be in. So having the Fury spell allows you to attach that to one of them, and then they will start fighting each other, and then you can just kind of help clean up a little bit. So highly beneficial. I think it's worth it in my opinion.
You lost?
Okay, we're gonna go ahead and grab everything in here. Grab everything of value.
I told you, my son. You would help us out.
There's 3 main food ingredients that we're looking for, which is tomato, cabbage,
I hope to see you in winter. Good luck.
leek, and potato. The reason being is because those 4 ingredients make a vegetable soup, which is probably about the best food you can get in the game. It gives you 1 health per second for 720 seconds, 1 stamina per second for 720 seconds, which that plays into something even kind of neater with that, is that it allows you to power attack over and over and over again and not have to worry about the power attack failing. So, in my opinion, I think it's pretty much the best. Ooh, that's too bad it's steel. In my opinion, it's absolutely the best.
I hope to see you in Windtown.
The best food source that you can do. We'll go ahead and collect everything first. Chicken egg. So come over. The hardest ingredients to find for it are the tomatoes and the leeks. Because the tomatoes you can only find in barrels. The cabbage, you can find those. You can pick those. You can find them in barrels, and the tomatoes you can also find in like inns and stuff like that. But the leeks can only be harvested. So like you can find them, but you don't find them in barrels. Like I don't think I've ever seen them in barrels or anything like that. Whereas the potatoes and the cabbages are just everywhere. Salt pile is another good one to have, because you can mix that. I mean, salt pile goes into everything except for vegetable soup. I'll go ahead and grab them all, like everything, and then we'll sort through them once I'm done. Because I try, like when it comes to like the ingredients for like food ingredients and stuff like that, I try to not have more than I have tomatoes. So let's say I go through all of this and I have 30 something cabbages, but I only have 20 tomatoes, and I'll drop the cabbages to equal the number of tomatoes that I have. Okay. I do have the corundium ingot. excuse me, sorry about that. I do have the Corundium ingot, which is beneficial for us because it allows me to create a backpack. So I will go ahead and make up some leather, make up some strips, and then we'll come over here with the Corundium ingot. So this is something added through the Creation Club, through the survival and the camping. So backpacks, they increase your carry weight, carry capacity, which is excellent, especially in survival because you do not have very high carry weight. I haven't seen any benefit of going with the bedroll except for, I guess, like roleplay wise. But you've got leather, you've got fur, you've got fine leather, dark leather, but there's also, like, for example, like the Adventurer's backpack, which gives you carrying capacity 75, but it also increases your stamina by 20 points. Hunter's backpack, carrying capacity 75, but bows do 10% more damage. Mage gives you 20 points in magicka. And Thief allows you to lockpick easier. So given my character, I'm probably going to go the Adventure backpack, just to give me that extra little boost in stamina. And then, since we are kind of an outdoorsy type character, I'll go ahead and do the bedroll, even though it really doesn't change anything. Oop. We'll get the backpack, and then as you can see, my carry capacity goes up from 150 to now it's 225, which is excellent. That's huge. See here. Now I think I've got all the food ingredients. So let's go search barrel here. We'll go food. And I've got 38 cabbage. However, I only have 13 tomato. I do have the 15 potatoes, so we'll leave that. The 10 leek, we'll leave that. So we'll actually just go ahead and keep this down to 15. Instead of just dropping it, we'll go ahead and eat it. I want to get the well fed, but I don't want to eat everything because I'm probably going to need some after I wake up from my nap. That's fine. And then we can go ahead and sell off the rest of the little stuff that we got, that we picked up.
Rip, my sister Camilla or I will be, an ornament.
That's right, did something
solid
happen.
Gold in the shape of a dragon's claw. You could? I've got some coin coming in from my last shipment. It's yours if you bring my claw back.
Sure, I can do that.
If you're going to get those thieves, you should head to Bleak Falls Barrow, northeast of town. Yes. So now you don't have to go, do you?
Oh, really? Well, I think your new helper here needs a guide.
Well, no, by the 8, fine. But only to the edge of town.
Well, first, I got some stuff I want to sell.
Show those thieves! Some may call this junk. Me, I call them treasures.
Oh, the iron helmet. I forgot about it. Sell that. Let's keep those. Sell that. Keep those. Keep that. Sell these. And sell these. All that. We'll go ahead and use your cooking pot since you're sending me out on a trip. We'll go ahead and make us some vegetable soup. We'll let her show us the way, then we'll go lay down.
We have to go through town and across the bridge to get to Bleak Falls Barrow. You can see it from here, though. The mountain just over the buildings. Those thieves must be mad hiding out there. Those old crypts are filled with nothing but traps, trolls, and who knows what else. I wonder why they only stole Lucan's golden claw. I mean, we have plenty of things in the shop that are worth just as much coin. Lucan found the claw about a year after he opened the store. He never quite explained where he got it. He's a tricky one. This is the bridge out of town. The path up the mountain to the northwest leads to Bleak Falls Barrow. I guess I should get back to my brother. He'll throw a fit if I take too long. Such a child.
So she showed me the way. That is actually something that we'll probably go ahead and do. Since I'm not heading right off to go to Whiterun, then we will go ahead and hit Bleak Falls Barrow first.
Orgnar, you're that visitor been poking a... Sure
I
thing.
want to rent
It's
a
yours for a
room.
day.
Hard not to.
Yeah, let's check
We
what
got
you
rooms
for
and
sale.
take a look.
Ingredients.
Mail is going bad. We need to get a new batch.
We'll go ahead and sleep till the morning. The next episode, we're probably going to end it here. Get this one uploaded. The next episode, we're going to start off by dealing with Feindal and Sven.
I guess you don't have potatoes in your
So
ears
we'll
now?
help out when it comes to that. Probably choosing Feindal's side. Feindal, I feel like, is infinitely more useful as a follower than Sven is. After that, we will go
whatever you need.
Deal with
Find
those
me near if
bandits
it's
up
simple and
there.
strong.
Go grab some
I can
corundium
forge it.
ore. And then work our way back around through here and hit Bleak Falls Barrow. So I think we may hit Embershard next episode as well, just for some exploration, because I'm going to explore out that way first, and then work my way back. So, thanks for joining me. Please like and subscribe, and if you have any ideas, like for example, like certain items and stuff that we can get, please leave me a comment. And if you just tell me that you like what I'm doing so far, that also all plays and helps out. So I appreciate you joining me, and have a great rest of your day, and I'm going to sign off. See you later.